SUVs are raining down in every segment in the Indian market right now, and I'm with a car which has maintained its legacy from the year it was launched. That is in the 2009 with its first very generation, and now this is the latest generation in its BS6 form. Now talking about Fortuner, this is the car which has brought the spirits high in most of the automotive enthusiasts who cares a lot about SUVs. And this car is very much famous for its road presence. So instead of me talking directly about the design and styling, let's just check the car how it has to be checked. So let's get into the driving part of the Fortuner. Now with the BS6 update, the car has changed a lot. The refinement is next level, and that's a big step up seen in the Fortuner compared to the previous one. The cabin has become much silent, and before, if you remember, it used to be the same in Innova and Fortuner. You could hear the complete noise from the hood inside the cabin, but now that has changed a lot and the ride quality has become better. And I'm driving the 2.8 liter GD engine with the 6-speed torque converter. And talking about the power figures, in stock it is 202 horsepower and a torque of 500 Newton meters, and the car performs really well, to be frank. The power comes in early, as early as in 1600 rpm, which is great, and there is a linear flow of power. There is nothing like underflow or an overflow seen here. It does the job really good and in a better manner compared to the previous generation. And coming to the kickdown acceleration figures, that too is really good in the Fortuner. A 0 to 100 in 11.2 seconds, which is same as seen in the MG Gloster. And I can't compare to its other competitor, that is the Endeavour. It's no more in India, but truly it was a competitor for this car. But then the road presence from this is extreme. I'm getting a really good road presence, and the main reason for that is this wheelbase, and upon that the 18-inch tires from Toyota. Talking about the steering feedback, it's decent, and the weight is decently done this time. It's not too light, neither too heavy. It is just in the perfect manner for this car. And then talking about the body roll in this car, body roll is there, but you can't feel it if you drive it in such a way you're supposed to drive this car. If you try pushing it like a sports car or something, you're sure you're gonna feel that for sure. But then in this car which I'm driving today, it is very less. I'll be telling you the reason for that very soon, because this has got little performance upgrades compared to a normal Fortuner. And then talking about this 6-speed torque converter gearbox, it does the job really good in the Fortuner. It's not at all lazy, and shifting, all those things are done in a really good way. And the new Fortuner, in its new update, it gets 3 driving modes. Before it used to come in 2 driving modes. Now you have the eco mode, the sports mode, and the normal mode. So in the eco mode, the throttle response is much lesser to the other two, and that keeps increasing in a linear manner when you switch the modes. So that's all talking about the performance part. And then talking about the RPM range, you have a good grunt from in and around 2000 RPM, and even there's a nice growl in and around 3000 RPM. Very Toyota-ish like, as before and as usual, which is even seen in the Crista. So that's all talking about the gearbox and engine. And steering also, as I told, it does the job very good in such a big car. So when this car is lovely, if you ask me, that's when you get a stretch of bad roads, and you can just keep flying above that. Even though that bumpiness is felt inside, it's not at all an issue. It's really lovely to keep going on such bad stretches. And then coming about off-roading, I'm driving the 4x4 version. You get the 4 high, 4 low and the 2 high modes, and with that rare differentials. So if you are a person who loves adventure, once in a while you can take it for off-roading for sure, and this car is meant for that. It's pretty rugged and it is meant for refuse. And Toyotas are generally meant for refuse. You would have seen Toyotas which have gone 5 lakhs, even 10 lakhs kilometers. I saw that one recently. And I have driven a Fortuner which has gone up to 1 lakh kilometers, and the car feels fresh as usual. Once you service it, it is new back again. So that's how it goes on with Toyota. So that's the aspects regarding 4x4 of the Fortuner. And what seems interesting in the Toyota Fortuner is this commanding position which you get while sitting on this driving seat. So you can see that hood completely, and you're feeling like you're ruling over the roads when you're driving this one particularly. And then with this 225 mm of ground clearness, this is a go anywhere car for the Indian roads. Let it be potholes, let it be even manholes, you can just take upon that for sure with this big tires also. So that's how it goes on with the Toyota Fortuner. And I genuinely don't mind paying 48 or 50 lakhs for the Toyota Fortuner. You have everything required on this Toyota. Now, as I told in the video, there are 2-3 things that is really special about the Fortuner I am driving today. So this is a Code6 tuned Stage 1 Fortuner. So with this remap, what you get in this Fortuner is an upgrade in the power as well as in the torque. So the stock, as I told you, is 202 horsepower. But then when it comes to a Stage 1 tune, you get around 250 horsepower, and making it a car or the Fortuner with a 0 to 100 kickdown in less than 10 seconds. That is really great. You're almost near to a sportish sedan or something like that. And then what are the other changes done in this car? So with the increase in power, the suspension also has to balance. That is basically to reduce this roller coaster feel and the bouncy feel which you used to get before. So in order to reduce this bouncy ride, as I told you, we have loaded this car with a Teen branded adaptive struts. So basically making it more stiff, and the controls for the adaptive dampers has been set up here, and I'll be showing it to you in the video. And other than that, the plus point with this tune is you get a better mileage or a fuel efficiency. That is around 15.5 in highway, and around 12 km per liter in city when you're driving in a sedative manner. And it might change here and there with aggressive throttling. That is as usual and always the same way in all other cars. So that's it with the tune, the changes the tune has done to this car. So now I think it's big time that we step up into the features and the exterior look of the Toyota Fortuner. So talking about the design and styling, the Fortuner has received plenty of changes at the front. Now you get a set of new grills, a set of new fog lamp unit, and then the new set of lights. Talking about the grille, you have a piano black finish at the front with the logo finished in chrome. And then further coming down, you can see the splitter finished in a matte grey tone. Coming to the other side, you can see the indicators or the DRLs with a floating pattern when switched on. And then you have the projector fog lamps right here, and then the projector lamp which is again in LED. So these are the things that has been done at the front in the facelift. And now talking about the sides, you get a new set of alloy wheels of size 18 inch which is wrapped in a 265/60 R18 tire. And then you have the body cladding running from the front all the way till the back. And then you can see this footrest. It's of course needed in a car of this height to enter inside for short people for sure. And then you have the ORVMs with the indicators, and then you can see a chrome strip running from the front all the way till the back, adding to the looks and aesthetics of the car in the side. And then you have the roof rails finished in silver. So these are the things at the side. And then talking about the fuel tank capacity, we get an 80-liter fuel tank in the Fortuner. So these are the design aspects in the side. And what has to be told is you get a UV cut glasses on all sides, front, back, everywhere. So these are the things that has been done to the new Fortuner. And talking about the rear, you get a new set of LED tail lights, and then you have the Fortuner badging right here. Then talking about the tailgate, it is completely powered, and then you have the standard defoggers right here, the third brake light. And one good thing about the Fortuner is, for cost cutting, they haven't given us a steel tire. Instead, you get the very same alloy wheels as the stepney in this car. So these are the details at the exterior. Now it's big time that we get into the interior of the Toyota Fortuner. Now, when it comes to the interior, the fundamentals are done the right way. But you can see a lot of mix in the materials at the inside. You can see a mix of hard finish, you can see a mix of soft finish, and variety of color combinations too. You can see, inserts of beige, inserts of black, inserts of grey silver tone, and even piano black finish all around this AC controls. And then talking about the steering wheel, you get soft touch, that is basically a leather wrap steering wheel with a fake wood finish at the top. And then talking about the speedometer and the tachometer, it is analog, and then you have a partial digital display as seen even in the Krista. And then you can see the 8-inch screen. That's a new update in the Fortuner. And then you get a JBL surround sound system, which comes with 11 speaker system. And then coming further below, you can see is the auto climate control. Then you have the controls for the off-roading, hill descent, all those stuff. And you can see bottle holders. Then the gear panel, which is surrounded with the fake wood finish again. Then you can see a set of hard plastic all over there. And then coming to the further back, you can see the drive modes. Then you have the differential controls, and then this nice armrest right here. And then what I have to talk about is the seats. Wonderful support, to be frank. And then this commanding position, as I told you when we went on for the drive. And then one of the good thing is, at the front you get ventilated seat, both the driver as well as the passenger seats. So these are the the features inside the Fortuner. And then talking about the glove box, there is two partition. One is for the cool glove box, and there is a decent space inside. And then at the bottom you have the large glove box for storing all other normal requirements. So these are the features and the practicality that Toyota has done to the Fortuner at the inside, that too at the front. And then a little bit of old school finishes, like you can see a small clock right here, and then the controls of the AC being in this old rotor mod buttons, all those things. So these are the things at the front. Now it's big time we get into the rear seat of the Toyota Fortuner. So at the rear, the car is really spacious. It's very roomy, even after adjusting the driver's seat for a tall person at the front. You can see I have plenty of legroom right here, a good under thigh support, and even a nice headroom. So the fundamentals are right at the back. And then you have the ISOFIX mounts right here. Then you have the armrest with the cup holder as usual. And then you can see magazine holders, shopping bag hook, which can take a load of around 4 kilograms. And then the basics, the air controls right here, the fans right here, and then the bottle holders at the sides. So now talking about the third row. So in the third row, I think that is one of the most spacious third rows you can see in the segment. Right now I can't access the third row of this car because it's loaded with pretty much things. So to be frank, it is pretty much spacious, and even adults can be accommodated there pretty peacefully. So this is how it goes with the interior of the Toyota Fortuner. And then talking about the safety, we get altogether 7 airbags in the Toyota Fortuner. So now we have covered all the aspects regarding the interior of the Toyota Fortuner. So with an ex-showroom price of rupees 50 lakhs, if you ask me is it worth paying so much for this car, I would like to tell yes, because you might miss out on some of the fancy features which its opponents might give you. But then the best from Toyota, and about all that, the immense resale value you get, and the rugged behavior, as well as the immense road presence from the Toyota Fortuner is just not comparable to anyone. And the trust that Toyota has built in India till date is just very much high. So if you did like the video, do subscribe to Torque and Throttle and do not forget to drop a like. And upon all this, I would like to thank Carmed Bengaluru for providing me this car for the review today. Thank you.